Hello, or should I say bonjour. The St-Jean-Baptiste Festival. What can you look forward to? We find out today on The Express. On today's show,
you can attract the hikers who want something a little different. You can attract the competitive people.
This week we find out what's different about golfing in Whistler. We find out what the buzz is about in Pemberton.
I just enjoy having them. They're amazing colonies and they're non-stop workers.
Then we get a little Canuck crazy.
It's life. It's definitely life because you wake up, it's Christmas morning, the Canucks are playing tonight.
Welcome to The Express on Shore TV. I'm your host Dee Raffo, stepping in for Nicole Fitzgerald. Join us for a sneak peek of the Fete de la St-Jean-Baptiste here in Squamish. More details in just 1 minute, but first, a round on Whistler's cheapest golf course.
Trees, mountains, terrain.
What'd you get there, Johnny?
A perfect setting for a hike. But these greens have golfing roots. Disc golf ones.
You can attract the hikers who want something a little different. You can attract the competitive people. You can, attract the kids or the families that want kind of a cheap thing to do on their holiday on a Saturday afternoon. 1 under.
Club President Craig McConnell, along with other members of the Whistler Disc Golf Club, came out to enjoy a sunny afternoon on the 27-hole Whistler Disc Golf Course. A unique setup.
The terrain has a lot to do with it. A lot of courses in the city are flat and open. Obviously, we're a little more rugged, treed. It's quite a technical course compared to some of the other courses. So the holes are shorter, but you have to use a lot more shots, different techniques and styles of throwing to get to the baskets.
Disc golfers yell 4 and covet a hole-in-one. But there are no golf carts, no green fees, no stuffy costumes. And therefore, this accessible sport is embraced by more than 3 million people in North America, with more than 3,000 courses throughout the world.
It's free, you just have to buy a disc, and that's all you need, and you're set for the summer. Yeah.
Discs cost roughly $15, and like golf, each serves a specific purpose.
So you have putters and mid-range discs and drivers, and they're all different for aerodynamics and how slow they travel or how they break one way or the other.
Why this disc?
Well, it's pretty easy to throw for a beginner. Disc golf discs don't fly like regular frisbees. So what they tend to do is when they slow down, when they stop spinning, they tend to fade to the left. The secret to a good shot is to getting a lot of spin on your disc. When you're holding your disc, you want all 4 fingers wrapped underneath and your thumb on top. That's called the power grip.
All right, so I'm starting with power grip.
Yep.
I think I'm going to be doing a lot of hiking today. All right, I'll give it a go. Okay. Oh, a tree.
For beginners like me, the best place to start is probably going to be a soccer field where you can throw your disc along a line or maybe aim for a pole, or better yet, aim for a net, and that way you're not chasing your disc the whole time. But if you do know what you're doing, there's a par none golf tournament coming to Whistler on Saturday, June 25th.
We have 2 divisions. We have an amateur division and an open division. It's just a good social locals tournament. We have an after party and a lot of fun and a lot of prizes.
Whether playing competitively or just spending an afternoon out with the boys, the game is addictive. These disc dudes come out 5 days a week, if not daily.
It's just something about seeing a disc fly through the air, I guess. So it's like golf, when you hit the perfect shot, it's the same thing.
Only in this game, there are no bad tee times. From Whistler, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
Remember, please take off the course whatever you brought in. Garbage cans are located at hole number 9. Get ready to toast the St-Jean-Baptiste Festival. They even have their own beer, the BrewHAHA. But just before we get a chance to taste that, we're finding out what the buzz is about in Pemberton.
I just enjoy having them. They're amazing colonies and they're non-stop workers. Every year we're doing this, we're learning more and more.
The flow of honeybees coming to and from the hives of beekeeper Jenny Bubbs is non-stop. An energy-filled hum emanates the surroundings, and with flowers in bloom, there is no shortage of work to be done.
It's really fascinating just to watch them work and move around and collect pollen and make honey.
The honeybees took residence about 5 years ago when Jenny came across some bee boxes.
You open up the gate.
Having an expansive garden and a curiosity for beekeeping, she couldn't resist.
You kind of want bees to be around, really. Like, we really wouldn't be able to have farms here without bees. So I do provide pollination for 80% of our food around here, so super important. Keep them going and, yeah, keep them strong, give them happy homes and shelter.
Jenny currently provides homes to 6 bee colonies, each running an intricate operation with an elusive queen, a small population of male drones who are solely for mating, and thousands of female worker bees. About once a week, Jenny takes a peek at the inner workings.
You can see some of them with pollen in their pollen sacs. You're checking that you're getting eggs and that the queen is laying, that there's, nothing's gone in the hive to disturb it, like a mouse or something. And yeah, you're making sure you just have lots of bees in there and they're doing their thing and they're collecting pollen.
There is no need to be a bee whisperer when interacting with the organized insects. You just need to know their weakness.
Yeah. If I find them getting agitated, I spray them with a bit of sugar syrup and it calms them.
This soon-to-be mother of 2 is then able to pull the racks out and take a closer look.
Here we have uncapped honey. This is raw honey, pollen that they've been storing to make honey. Over on this side, we've got a bit of honey that's capped. This is matured honey. And in the middle is always where the brood is. This is where the babies are.
Having the pollinators on site has its benefits. Living up to their busy as a bee reputation, all their hard work makes for enormous rhubarb plants and flower-covered lilac trees.
Everything is bigger and better and healthier, more colorful, more flowers. They're a great insect to have in your garden.
It all goes full circle. The ample garden should make for an ample honey harvest. Good thing, seeing as the Bubbs are currently sold out of honey. From Pemberton, I'm Jessica Turner for Shaw TV.
Beekeeping isn't just for those with large outside spaces. The City of Vancouver actually just installed 2 beehives on the top of City Hall. Well, busy bees are certainly in attendance tonight, and we're going to find out what the plans are for the St. John Festival.
The objective of the festival is really to promote the Francophone culture, and we haven't had a chance in the past in the corridor to really promote that. And so it's about meeting, getting people to connect, music, food, and just have a good time. The Saint-Jean has been celebrated in Canada since 1623. But in the last years, people celebrated across Canada. So this is new for the corridor. We started last year for the first time, and now it's just really building up. This year we have a group of 16 organizers. Every week I have somebody new that says, oh, how can I help? So we expect between 2,000 and 3,000 people this year for the event. It's a lot of fun. We have over 8 different bands singing, presenting at the festival. Of course, we're going to have our own beer. The name of the beer was kind of a big process. We organized the contest. We had over 140 people send us names for the contest. And it was really the last entry that we had la BrewHAHA, which means explosion, activity, a lot of noise, and that really represents the St-Jean-Baptiste. We're going to have a lot of children activities, kiosks, French kiosks, French businesses. It's a time to connect, so it's almost a bit of like a trade show. But just people, last year people were dancing on the street, singing, and it really is just a chance to let loose.
Santé, 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 and cheers to you.
More festival details are coming your way, but first, let's get our hands dirty. Still to come, we find out how farms are not all about hard work.
The process of how it all works.
And Canuck etiquette from the Valleycliffe General Store.
Last year it was really cool. The province came and did an article. It was called Pick Up Some Milk in Canucks, because that's what we love to do.
The Easter Seals 24-hour relay sends kids with disabilities to camp.
Please help these kids by signing up for the 24-hour relay now.
Make a difference. Register at 24hourrelay.com.
Welcome back to Squamish. I'm your host Dee Raffo and you're watching The Express. The 2011 St-Jean-Baptiste Festival is just around the corner. Mark your calendars for June 24th. From one festival to another, dancers are performing in this year's Eurofest, and we find out why jigging is called Métis aerobatics.
You hear the fiddle and you see the Irish-style jigs, but if you look beyond these European traditions, you'll see that this dance is more than meets the eye.
This group of dancers is called the Louis Riel Métis Dancers. It's a mix of the European and the First Nations dance. So European can be French, Scottish, Irish, English and Scandinavian, and the First Nations is like the Cree, Saulteaux, Ojibwe, Dene, Blackfoot, and Cree Shoshone.
Jigging and square dance is a huge part of Métis culture, and the Louis Riel Métis dancers are happy to share their culture. This year they're opening Eurofest.
They asked us to represent Canada and represent the Aboriginal people of Canada, so it's a great honor to do that. Most of the dancers here are Métis or have a blend of Métis and First Nations ancestry, and it's just the love of our dance that people are drawn to come and dance, and that's what Venez Danser means, is come and dance.
Michael is the Louis Riel's great-great-great-great-nephew.
For me, it gets me back to my roots and gets me connected with my Métis side of my heritage. I'm Irish, Scottish, French, and Cree. Since joining this group 5 years ago, I've had a lot of insight into that side of my heritage and taking time to look further into my roots and how I've come to where I am today.
For Madeline, keeping up with her Métis dancing reminds her of her small-town roots in Saskatchewan.
When I moved to Vancouver, then I found out, there's actually Métis dance here, and this has got me through a lot of stuff just being with this group. It's a part of who I am and always has been since I was a child, so it really brings everybody together in the group, and we're a family of our own.
Well, a big thank you to Eurofest and allowing us to share our culture and sharing the joy and the love and the beauty of our culture, and it's just a real honor to be able to dance and perform for this festival.
I'm Erin Shaw in Vancouver for The Express.
The Métis dancers are recruiting for their summer projects. No experience necessary. Just contact the dance company for more details. Every week we're featuring summer fun in BC in our big summer segment. If you're on Vancouver Island, love wineries and markets, we've got some ideas for you.
Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
Nothing says spring in the country like a roadside flower stand or a farmer's market or spending the afternoon enjoying a lovely lunch at your local winery. Well, North Saanich is ready to invite all of us out for a day in paradise.
Everyone knows everyone, and it really is a country feel walking in between seeds and farm fresh eggs. You have gentlemen that literally will park their tractor in the front of our parking lot. You'll have horses on our hitching post. You'll have dogs on the hitching post in the back, and you have kids running around in the backyard.
And just down the road from the Deep Cove Market is the North Saanich Farmers Market, which happens every Saturday, where you're going to find live music, fresh produce, flowers, plants, baked goodies, and great ambiance. And once you spend a couple hours here, you're going to work up an appetite, and you'll be ready for the Muse Bistro.
When we have people come out here, they sit in this patio in the summertime, and I have heard more than a dozen times, I feel like I'm in Provence.
The Muse Winery has now opened its bistro, and this summer they have live theater and music, including Nashville headliners.
We've partnered with the Peninsula Players. Last summer was our Dial M for Merlot. Well, this summer is called Gone with the Wine, and it's all about the Prohibition days in the U.S. and the rum runners on the peninsula that supplied them.
This musical will be outside, and you can sit and sip on locally made wine and nibble on some food while enjoying theater under the stars. And if it rains, fear not. You will be in the Bacchus Room, which is filled with local art that changes monthly.
We also do some art shows, so we'll have the Spring Studio Tour coming up. We'll have 5 local artists with their work, all the artists in attendance.
A visit to North Saanich would not be complete without a little trip to Patricia Bay, where you can swim and suntan and beachcomb. And while you're here, check out the new trading post. It's filled with antiques and First Nations art, and of course you can get a cold drink while you're there.
We're trying to get back to the 1800s, where you walk in and you have a general store and you can buy just about anything, and that's what we're trying to strive for.
The store is located on the Sachem Reserve, and they not only carry your basic corner store fare, but they also have an impressive collection of First Nations art.
I have about 40 different artists, jewelers, carvers, prints, I have all sorts, and log beds is another feature that we have.
I'm Karen Algersma for Big Summer.
Big Summer is brought to you by Cultus Lake Water Park, BC's #1 water park.
A little closer to home, Parlez-vous Français, the 2011 St-Jean-Baptiste Festival might just be the ticket. There'll be French food, French music, and French traditions. But what about farming ones?
After the break, we travel to Vancouver Island for a day on the farm.
They learn, but it's a lot of confidence as well, and they have to be brave.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
Artina's handcrafted Canadian jewelry, 387 Water Street in Gastown and Government Street in Victoria.
Welcome back to The Express. I'm your host Dee Raffo, stepping in for Nicole Fitzgerald. Plans are well underway for the St-Jean-Baptiste Festival, celebrated here in Squamish on June 24th. Another great activity for families is the petting zoo. Meet the animals at Tiger Lily Farm.
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip is brought to you by Quality Assured Collision Services and our network of 18 auto body shops across BC.
For today's road trip, we're heading to the farm. Tiger Lily Farm in Arrington, to be exact. Located on Arrington Road, just west of Parksville, Tiger Lily is a family farm owned and operated.
It's charming from the get-go. An old dog named Wally snoozes away the day on the front porch, and there's flowers growing out of boots. Things like this are scattered everywhere. How you doing, Wally? You're a nice old dog.
I love children, I love people, and I love animals. And for me, this is the ideal life.
Cecil and his wife bought the property more than 26 years ago after looking all over Vancouver Island for just the right location. They started by raising Shetland and Arabian cross ponies for business and opened the farm to the public when people started dropping by for pony rides. Today, it's a working farm with trail rides and hands-on experiences for children.
The biggest thing is, because of the way society is, children don't see animals up close. They see them on TV, they see them in books. For me to be able to watch a child milk a goat or bottle feed a baby or just hug a lamb, you know, that is what is really great about it.
It's an amazing experience for kids. For some kids, this is the first time they've ever touched a live farm animal. You know, they may see a dog or a cat, but as far as touching a cow and getting that connection that of milk, you know, that your milk doesn't just come from the shelf on the store, it comes from an animal, and there's a process before it gets to your table. And eggs, the kids love to collect the eggs, and you know, it's such a simple thing. It's something that I would take for granted. When I need an egg in the morning, I just go and get it out of the nest, you know, but for the rest of us, we have to go to the store and buy the eggs. So the process of how it all works, and you know, they learn, but it's a lot of confidence as well, and they have to be brave. It can be very terrifying to meet a new animal.
There's no denying that many of these animals are pretty cute. Some are a bit stinkier than others, yes. And for some reason, we naturally form some type of friendship with them. But this is a working farm, and that means that many of these little guys are going to end up on our table for dinner. These pigs are 2 months from market.
It's awkward to talk about petting a baby animal and then talking about buying a ham to take home for dinner. But it's a fact, and it's an important piece that sometimes we like to brush under the carpet and not think too much about, but it's you know, that's reality, and that's how it is.
Tiger Lily Farm is open from mid-March until the end of October, and for a week at Christmas time for some seasonal fun. For full details on all of the services here, including trail rides, farm fresh produce, and meat, you can visit their website at tigerlilyfarm.ca. For Quality Assured Collision Road Trip in Arrington, I'm Kate Bergen. Well, howdy, partners! Yee-haw!
Quality Assured Collision Road Trip has been brought to you by Quality Assured Collision Services and our network of 18 auto body shops across BC.
From farm fans to hockey fans, it's hard to be more devoted than this corner store in Valleycliffe.
Later on in the show, Canuck fun, fan or fanatic.
Now it's that time in the show again to check in with our four-legged friends. Let's see who's up for adoption at our local shelters, the SPCA in Squamish and Wagon Whistler.
Welcome to Wagon Whistler. These are a few of the pets that we have up for adoption. This is Indigo. She's a little 6-week-old kitten that was found on the side of the road getting chased by a few dogs. So she ended up here because someone saved her. This is Mo. He's a really nice 1-year-old dog. He'd do great with the family. He loves kids. Hi, welcome to the Squamish SPCA. We're just going to show you some of the cats that we have up for adoption right now. This here is Jazzy. She's one of our older females that we have up for adoption. She's probably around 7 to 8 years old. Very vocal, very friendly girl. Doesn't like the other cats too much, but should be good at home with children. This here is Slinky. He is a 5-year-old neutered male Siamese cross. He's a little shy, but he's very sweet once you get to know him. And he would be great with both cats and dogs, but probably not with younger children.
Love pets, love animals. The SPCA and WAG are always looking for volunteers to care for the Sea to Sky's cutest residents.
There are many ways ways in which you can volunteer, assist with grooming or washing, head out on a dog walk, or even just help out in the office. Today we're experiencing a little bit of French culture, but there'll be even more on June 24th. From French culture to hockey culture, Canuck fans are out in full force.
Hey Jacob, you know what we do in the Canucks store? Yeah? Well, we'll ride the horse and I'll show you. The Canucks store go like this.
Matthew Carrot gives 3-year-old Jacob Horde a lesson in being a good Canuck.
The horse we were teaching towel power. Class television session, we want to teach the young ones how to celebrate the Canuck goal and wave that towel proudly for sure.
And Matthew is definitely the one to be giving the tutorial. The Squamish resident turned his family-owned Valleycliffe General Store into a Canuck shrine. A natural progression. This Canuck fan was born with a hockey towel in hand. Or at least his brother was, quite literally.
This is the 1982 towel. It was the year the towel was born. Coincidentally, my older brother was born on game night. My dad wasn't too pleased that he had to miss the game because my mom had gone into labor. My grandpa was the one that lucked out, got to go to the game, and afterwards he brought the towel to the hospital, and my older brother was born right into it, basically.
Keeping up with how the Canucks are faring is as simple as picking up milk and butter in Valleycliffe. Just look for the signs.
So after each win, we'll flip a sign that we have 4 categories. So 4 wins advances us to the next round, so 1 win at a time. The butter one was the toughest one, but we flipped it. So with our biggest sign, our dairy sign, we look forward to winning 2 more times over San Jose and flipping that sign over and writing Western Conference champions on it.
Instead of milk and eggs, this general store cornerstone is built around Canuck memorabilia, which has been collected since 1982. From baby jerseys, to commemorative cornflake boxes, to a Luongo growth chart, to one very special jersey.
Yeah, last year was really cool. The province came and did an article. It was called Pick Up Some Milk in Canucks, because that's what we love to do. And then Aquilini's, the owner of the Canucks, caught wind of the story, and I was very luckily given that game signed, or the jersey back there that was signed by the entire team. So I was definitely very appreciative and very happy about that.
As was he about taking this picture.
One of the proudest pictures I have is a picture that was taken last year. Me and my older brother Ryan went down to LA for game 3 and 4. And it was in between games, we call it Christmas Eve, that we were on the way to the Lakers game that we saw Henrik and Daniel Sedin in the street.
Matthew continues to take his Canuck craze to his own streets. When his family's dryer broke last year, instead of taking it to the dump, Matthew was inspired by the Sidney Crosby commercial, where as a kid he practiced shooting pucks into an old dryer. Some might call this Canuck temple an obsession, others a gift to the community.
Oh, it makes them feel good. It's like the sunshine, and the Canucks are out. It's that vitamin D, it's the vitamin C actually, that makes people feel so good and that they're still playing. It's life. It's definitely life, because you wake up, it's Christmas morning, the Canucks are playing tonight. I'm absolutely obsessed, absolutely.
From Squamish, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
From celebrating hockey culture to celebrating what it means to be a francophone, the St-Jean-Baptiste celebrations start June 24th with food, music and culture. Let's see what else is going on in the Sea to Sky corridor.
Between Shifts Theatre presents a night of comedy at the Brackendale Art Gallery on June 9th in Squamish. If you fancy a laugh, grab a ticket for only $15 from the Squamish Adventure Centre. The 3rd annual Raise the Roof fundraiser for Whistler Adaptive Sports Programme and Habitat for Humanity is on June 10th at Buffalo Bills. Help support 2 great causes while enjoying the sounds of R&B favourites. Tickets are $15 from the Delta Whistler Village Suites. The Squamish Test of Metal weekend features events for everyone. Downtown festival events start Friday night. Then on Saturday, watch the thousands of athletes take off in the mass start, 11 AM at Brennan Park. Keynote speaker Catherine Nichols presents the 6th Whistler Valley Quilters Guild Quilt and Fibre Show, featuring quilts, fibre arts and workshops.
BrewHAHA is flowing, so it's santé and au revoir. If you'd like to see your story featured on the show, please contact us at sea2skyexpress@shaw.ca. You can also find us at shawtv.com. Next week, we're pulling up a chair at the fundraising barbecue for the Whistler Food Bank. Thank you for watching, and from all of us at The Express, goodbye.
Nicole Fitzgerald's wardrobe provided by Peak Performance. Hairstyling by The Loft Salon. and makeup provided by Beauty Mark.
POV camera, courtesy of Contour.
While filming on the mountain, parking provided by the Fire Rock Lounge.